everyone already here. Hi, your mum, Kat, Elizabeth, Shell, Shaw. Who we got? Kirsty. Anyone else? Welcome. I'm so sorry, I completely forgot. Hi, Unicorn. Yes, I am okay. So I had to cancel Tuesday because it was Andrew, so father-in-law. Hi, Mandy. 70th. And I don't know about you guys, but where we have all been in this pandemic mayhem, I completely forgot it was the 70th until Andrew reminded me. Andrew hadn't got anything because he can't go to the shop, so it's been one mad rush. Anyway, it was a really nice day because they've got an outside space. And I was so proud of myself because I piped my first ever piping onto cake. Anyway, it was lovely. So I'm so sorry that I had to cancel, but family and a 70th, you know, I completely forgot. So my apologies for that, for those that were waiting, but we're here today. Hi, Celie. Hi, Amberly. Hello, my loves. How are you? Pamela, you lurk away, my love. And yep. I'm okay, everyone. Hi, Tara. How are you? Oh, by the way. And Kirsty. Miss Kirsty. I have got a little minute. I'm going to do it in my haul. But this is all Kirsty's fault. I couldn't turn my nose up because they were 98p each. Oh, Kirsty. Melody, that's okay, honey. You lurk in bed. Kirsty, this is all your fault. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Mandy. Hi, everyone. I said Mandy, didn't I? Hi, Robin. I'm looking at Robin and Mandy at the same time. I am blaming you. You gave me the link. I didn't know about them until you. So, this kind of happened. And I'll show you. I haven't opened these. I've got a haul to film tomorrow. I was meant to do it last week. I'm still waiting. I was still waiting on my Lulu Mayo mermaids, but I've got an email to say it's not going to be here in August. So scrap that in this. I'll just put a little screenshot of it instead. Yeah, Kirsty, this is your fault. Don't say don't blame me. That doesn't wash with me. That, yeah, just doesn't. But I did pick up a sweeper brush. So this is literally a surface sweep brush. And look at the fan on it. It's like, whoosh. I love it. I was like, what? I didn't know these things existed. And then I also picked up a Nuvo Aqua Shimmer, which I'm guessing is like, this is the clear one. It's an iridescent shimmer effect. Never used it. So we will try it. We'll try it. And the glue pen, which has got a flat edge. I don't know if you can see that there. It's got like a flat edge. So I thought that would be good with these. Oh, these are so pretty. Look, look, look. Oh, have you, Amberly? Hi, Dandria. Who have I missed? Hello, Joey. Hi, everyone. Hi, Paula. Yes, look at these. They are so beautiful. This one's like a confetti, but it's like little peach circles. I don't know if you can, it's called Sweet Peach Circle. Look, look. They're 98 pence last week. I was like, what can I do with these? These can go on practically anything. I'm going to make a mess. That one. Do you want me to go through them now quickly? And I'll put them in my haul anyway. Let me just hold on. That's not the end of it. Oh no, oh no. It's not the end. All right, just bear with me. I'm going to just quickly digress. Joanne, they're 98p. I know, they're messy. Hence why I got the sweeper brush. I'm going to just move away from the Pop Manga for a minute. Are you ready? Don't ask. It happened. Hi, Charlotte, honey. It happened. So it was, and it was all Kirsty's fault. It really was. I never heard of Tonic Shoot. Do you know how much all this lot was? Hello, my lovelies. This was £30. So what was that in? Hey, Sissy. Hiya. Hiya, Tanya. This was so cheap. Okay, these are a bit more expensive. Okay, let me show you these. So this one is, I need something to put behind it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. We're going to have a quick look at glitterness. Yeah, Dee, it's not my fault. Hi, Isolina. Okay, are you ready? This one is a set called, these are confettis. It's called the Golden Years. You've got light gold hexagons, ice white circles, rose gold squares, and mirrorball stars. They're so cheap. They're glitters. They're glitters. They're pure glitters. They're for like, you can use them on cards. You can use them on anything. Journals and pages. You can use them on anything. So they're little tiny glitters. They are quite messy. This one's called Cross My Heart. This one's got scarlet red. That one in the middle is diamond that's turned away from you. There's candy pink. I'm so sorry about the glare. Let me try and just bring this back just a minute so you can see. Then you've got candy pink and then you've got hot pink. So can you see all the glitteriness? Well, Amber Lee, I'm curious myself, but they can go in the collection because they were so cheap. These were 98p and these were £4, I think. I can't remember. And then this one is Jingle Bells, and this has got ruby red, olive green, festival gold. Hi Emily, hi everyone coming on in, and antique copper. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet, but they're so beautiful. I thought, I'm not turning them down at that price, even, you know, even if I don't use them for the time being. Peacock feathers, turquoise, green meadow, purple, organza, and aqua. Look at that aqua. Just look at that colour. So, and then this is the last set. This is Let It Snow. And this is going to be for the little things that I send people for Christmas. So I do like this stencil thing where I put loads of glitter. This is going to be what I'm going to use. And I'll do a festive one. I usually do them, and mods will get some as well. So the Jingle Bells one can be like the traditional, and then this will be the like ice one. These can be used for anything, Isolina, literally anything that you want them to be. This can be used in projects like mixed media. They can be used in your colouring pages. These can be used in card making, pretty much anything. It's loose glitter. So anything where you want loose glitter to be, but when you've put them down, you can fix them. So make sure you got good amount of glue. I have... Yeah, I know. I've got Mod Podge, which I actually prefer for this sort of thing, because once you put Mod Podge down, nothing's coming off of that. So these are pretty good for that. And then, okay, this one is called Sweet Peach Circles. So they're little tiny confetti. And then we've got Prickly Pear, which is this green. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can use it for anything you want. That's why I have these on the table, because they're pretty good for like catching anything. And I've got the sweeper brush. This one is called Bluebell, and that's the colour. And I'm not getting these out now. No way. This one's called, I did not put two bluebells. I'm gonna have to check my order. Well, they've given me two bluebells, but I didn't put two bluebells in. If I did, oh well. They're 98p. They really are 98p. Night Fever, I know I didn't put. I'm gonna have to check my order now. This one I love is Rainbow Quartz Triangles. Look at those. I love them. Aren't they beautiful? This one's called Alaskan Blue. Look how beautiful they are. Hello, Bridget. This one is called Mermaid Parade. I love the name of that. And I thought of just slapping this on one of the mermaid pictures. and I am going to fixative that stuff down. I'm not getting that everywhere. And then we got blue opal, which is just beautiful. And also, guys, if you don't open them and you have a spare, like I've got a spare of that, I can stick it in a Happy Mail to someone. They're 98p. Oh, this one is called Desert Sunset, which was my favourite colour out of all of them, as well as the Mermaid Parade. Look at that golden colour. I love it. And then, as I said, I got a sweeper brush, which I needed one, because my other one just doesn't do the trick as well. But look at that fan on that brush. Oh, it keeps, there we go. So this is called a Nouveau Sweeper Sweep synthetic brush, and it's really, as you can see, it can just pretty much sweep up anything, and it's by Tonic Studios. And then the glue pen I'm going to put down, but I might use Mod Podge because Mod Podge is just so much better. And then I was curious on how this would match up, this one, to the Wink of Stella and the, you take this off, don't you? The Wink of Stella and the Spectrum Noir one. So I don't know how it's going to match up, but we'll have a go. You never know until you try. So let's see how this gets on. They're quite wet, but I don't know how much glitter comes out of them. Right, so I'm going to put quite a bit on there so we can have a look. Andrew, can you pick that up, honey? Okay, so let's have a look. It looks quite wet at the moment, but when it dries, will it glitter? I'm not quite sure. It has got like an iridescent. Oh, you know what that's got? Wait till it dries. It's going to come out like a slight two-tone. I can already tell. Let that dry, and then we'll have a look at that after. Oops, it keeps going out of focus. Sorry, everyone. It's because it's white on white. Yeah, I think it's a shimmer, and that's going to go more like a two-tone. The camera's not going to pick that up at all, but it is got like a, I don't know if it's going to pick it. Wait for it to dry, and then it's got like one of those two-tones. I can't, you know where it goes like slightly pink, slightly purple? That's what it is. It's not really going to be glitter. But anyway, it was cheap, so I thought I'd try it. You don't know these things until you try them. I say that all the time. So that's what I bought. So I thought I'd have a go at them and see what they're like. So this is more a shimmer. I'm going to wait for that to dry before I show you. It's like a, you know, with that two-tone where it goes from pink to purple, that is what this is. It's not glittery, it's shimmery. And it does say shimmer on it, so that would have given the game away, wouldn't it? But the camera's just not going to pick this up. I don't know if the camera will. It's picking it up in my eyes. Is it picking it up on the camera? No, of course not, because I'm trying to show you. It's like, oh my God. Come on. Work with me. Work with me. Let's see if that will. Let's see if it will pick it up. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. I'm trying to put my phone on it to the side so if it can try and pick it. No. Do you know what? I'm going to give up with that on the camera, but it's there. Just trust me on it. It's like an iridescent. It's got that. I don't know if it's going to pick it up on my finger. There you go. Why is it showing it on my finger? Can you see that? Can you see that? It's like a two-tone, like a pinky iridescent sort of. There you go. It's showing on my finger because it's still wet. Hold on. It will show up against colours. There you go. So it's got that like makeup look, you know, if you were to put shimmer and shine on your cheeks. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's like a shimmery colour. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So today, that is what I got. I'm going to do it in a haul, but we've had a busy week this week, and yeah, it has been a very busy week. So I will do a haul on that. Let me just put them in there ready. Does anyone else have like odds and ends that just jump in stuff? Oh, my Battersea pen. Battersea Dogs Home is a place here for like a dog pound. I got a pen from there. Does anyone else do that? You just have odds and ends everywhere. Like, you stick stuff in there and then you've got, why of all things, elastic bands. But I'll stick them in there and then I've got to do a haul video, but I just haven't had the time this week. It's just, but I did manage to get my diamond painting finished. Did you see that, guys? Did you see that? I was so proud. I was like, "Wait, I did it!" All right, so today we are going to be doing our sweet chariot, or I've named it Chariot of Wings. So this was voted as another one to do, and I am so happy. And I've got browns, purples, and blues in mind. That's where I'm going to go. They are moths. I don't think they're butterflies. Hello, Angie. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, everyone coming on in. Someone needs to come and fingerprint me, and I'd be fingerprinted in glitter or shimmer. That'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? I've never, ever broken the law. I've never got arrested in my life. But if I was to, I could fingerprint and it would leave like a unicorn mark. And then say, that was Sam. Yep, that was me. Okay, so today we're doing this one. This is from the Pop Manga, the first colouring book by Camila D'Errico. Hello, darling. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you? And I think they're moths. They are definitely fluffy moths. We had one of those in here 2 nights ago and I freaked out. I usually am fine with moths, but this thing flew at me. Literally flew in my face. And because it's been so hot. It's nice today, but it's been so hot here. It was like 34 the other day, which is like 92 or 94. It's quite high. See, now that's dry. You can't see it on paper on white, but on colour, you will see it. So on my finger you can clearly see it. The only thing is, with anything glittery, if you rub it, it will come off. So I would definitely fixative something like that, so that you don't literally get it everywhere. Oh my god, it flew out my head. Thank you, Lou. I love it. And do you know what one I'm starting next? I Choose You. I can't wait. But I've said to myself this week, so if you want to join in, I just loved doing the diamond painting. I've felt to do that more than anything else recently. So starting off, I didn't put this on my screen. Starting from Monday, I've just put it as a colour marathon. So from Monday to the following Sunday, it's just going to be a week of colouring. You don't have to go colouring all day. It is literally just like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. Hi, Pickle. Hi, Jen, and everyone coming on in. Hi, lovelies. So it's just to dedicate, because I have really, really abandoned colouring in my free time. And that's because I had such a busy week anyway. But we also, it's just been something where I've been doing diamond painting more than colouring. And I thought, no, I'm going to do a week of colouring, whether it be just a little while or more, doesn't matter. So I'm going to dedicate a week to it, and it starts really from Monday. No, I haven't, Pickle. I've been really bad. So my idea is to dedicate to it. I'm going to just go in the back of this book on this page. And I just want to have a little play for a second. Now, prismas are usually fine. I don't have any problem with prismas. I'm just going to quickly try. Where are they? Where are you? There they are. Some Sargent Arts. Now, if you haven't got a Sargent Arts and you're in the US and you've got Spirifarbens, however you say them, Spiris. Okay, of course I can. I'll do that in a minute for you. So if you haven't got the Sargent Arts and you've got the Spirisfarbens, however you say them, they're practically the same. So this is a Sargent Art. My blue's a little bit lower than the others, like say this one I've not touched, you can tell. I just want to see how, they actually work quite well. Now, do they blend? And do they layer? Yes, they do. That's a good sign. Okay, so my idea was to mix up some prismas and sargent arts, because the sargent arts don't actually have loads and loads and loads and loads of tones. This is what the sargent arts look like. And yes, they are Harry Potter erasers at the bottom. I'm missing one. I don't know where it's gone. Somewhere. I have never used anything other than prismas really in, I think prismas and one other. I'd find the Pop Manga, and I know everyone else. You gave my diamond paint a heart and asked me a question. I have to look, Suzanne. Sorry, I've not really been on the internet this past week. Hello, Shalene. I know, I've been trying, Lou, but I haven't really split my time. I've been abandoning one for the other. My sargent arts are quite abandoned, I want to say. I don't really... Yes, it is. I think, yes, it is. And I don't really use them. So I really wanted to use them, and I wanted to see how well they mix with prismas. That was my thing that I wanted to do. Hello, Michael. Hello, everyone that I've not seen in a while. Okay, so they work fine, and actually, there's no problem with them. Okay, you want me to do a quick flip? Okay, that's fine. I'll do a quick flip for you. Is that in the screen? Yep. Some of these I've had this book a long time, so if you see some pages that are a bit like it's because I've had it a while. So we're doing this one today. I think they're the same as Spirifarbens, but I'm not sure. I haven't got the Spirits because they can't get here in the UK. But I don't feel like I'm missing out, because everyone who's got the both said they're almost the same. So I'm like, meh. I got the sargent arts. I'm good with the sargent arts. So yeah, this is by Camila D'Errico. Anyone that's not seen this book before, or you're new to the community, she has got a very unique style. She's called Pop Surrealism. So she does like a mixture of like an anime, surrealism, and sort of manga style. And she does a lot of fantastical images as well. And her paintings are very bright. And she usually does big canvas paintings. Her art is absolutely incredible if you've not checked her out. So I definitely recommend going and checking her out on Instagram, because she puts all of her stuff on there, as well as Facebook. Oh, you got the creature one. That is coming out very shortly, isn't it? So I love this book. I just don't get to it enough. Like, the more you grow, the more you don't get to your books. If you had a couple, more pages will be done. But the more you add to your collections, the more you're going to be, you know, wandering off into other things, aren't you? It's just natural. Hello, Tanya. And is it Benicia and everybody? Hi, Lou. Hi, everyone. So I love this one as well. Kirsty's done this one on her channel. I love this picture. It was between that and the Chariot, but I think the Chariot's won. Just because I don't think any other channel's done the Chariot, have they? I love this one as well, which is the dragon, and it's got the skeleton of it, which is quite sad actually. Maybe I don't want to do that one. It's quite sad. So I did that one like years ago, and I've never done a background to it. Story of my life. Benicia is right. Thank you. Benicia. Which one do you prefer? The first or second? I absolutely love the book though. It's just that, do you know what daunts me? Background. If you've been with me long enough, you'll know this. I do not like backgrounds. It is no big surprise for me that I don't like them. If I could just blank them out, I'd be so, like, this one does nothing for me. It's a wallpaper page. Oh gosh, no, I'm not that good. That was fun, and then I didn't like the background, so it got acrylic paint all over it. Check my email. Oh, I'm sure I replied, or if I didn't, then I have not got it. Would you just resend it? Because I've gone through, I think I replied to everyone, or if I haven't, I apologize. Can you just go to it and resend it? That's not me being ignorant, honey. I just, honestly, if some of them get pushed back, I miss them. It's just, yeah, I just miss them. Okay, so that is the book. It's beautiful and I love it, but I don't get to it enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do is Sargent Arts, I think, and some prismas. I don't think I'm going to have the colour cards because I don't think I've done them for the Sargent Arts. Just forward and then straight to me again, and hopefully it will go into my, hopefully it will go into my inbox, because sometimes if I haven't gone through my junk, then it deletes it anyway. Okay, and that's just for everyone. If I've ever missed your email, sorry, it is not intentional. Okay, so what I'm going to do is have a look at some browns. I want some browns, and I'm going to grab some Sargent Art browns because I really love them. And these don't have, I think they have, yeah, they do. They have names. They do have names. They're quite basic names as well. Like burnt sienna, you know, your usuals. Hold on, yeah. So I want some browns on this, and I want blues and purples. Okay, I'm going to bring you down, guys. I'm going to come to this one here. And I've got a bunch of browns here, so I'll tell you which ones I'm using. So I've just pulled a brown selection. Not that I'm ever going to use them all. But we've got dark brown, brown. I don't know why I got gold. I don't know if that's going to be funny. Light brown. You know, sometimes the metallics come out quite scratchy. I'm not quite sure. And burnt sienna. But anything that I can't find in these, because they don't have a huge colour selection, I'll make up with prismas. And the prismas, I'm going to use their nice like Parma violets and stuff. So we're going to have some brown and some purples and some blues in the moths. And then we're going to do that. I think I'm going to do that like a copper bronze. And then these are all going to be in like the confetti colours. So you know all this up here to match the moths. I think we're going to go for that colour palette. I think that look really nice. Okay. Oh, I love them. I love them. Okay, so you'll see with the Sargent Arts, if you've not seen them, how they perform. I really like them. So this is what the barrels look like. So it's got like a, hold on, let me see if it will focus for you. It's got this really big barrel of colour. See if it will focus for you. Yeah, there we go. It's got the big Sargent Art on it. And they're relatively cheap. They're not expensive. They're relatively cheap. So I'd say definitely worth the price. So we're going to go for Sargent Art in yellow orange. As I said, the colours are quite like replicant of your other sets, I think. And I'm going to come down to this little fuzz part down here. And I'm just going to base up some of the brown. So I'm just going to go straight on in there with where I want the brown to be. This is going to be my base in the brown. Just go straight on over, and this little back of the body. So some of them will be brown, some of them will be like the lilacs, and I think brown, lilac and blue go really well together, but it's going to be like the nice paler side of the purples. And yeah, so we're going to go for next the brown. And if there's anything for me, just stick it in caps. Yes, I did actually. I think I did. Yes, background phobias. Do not like the backgrounds. Don't like them. I don't know why. I think it's that big space to fill. Like, if I've got a guide, I feel a lot better. It's a bit like when you take stabilizers off a bicycle. I think it's one of those things. Like, you have your bicycle at first, don't you? And you've got your stabilizers on there, keeping you nice and balanced, and you feel confident, you're riding along, and then your parents take your stabilizers off and boom, you're on the floor, and it puts you off. a bit like me with backgrounds. I'm okay if I've got a guide for a background and there was a big full page of an illustration. I'll get in there, no problem. You give me the blank space, I feel like I'm on the floor and I can't get up. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm a bit like that. So definitely stabilizers need to come off at some point, but I'm quite happy with my stabilizers. Yeah, just stick it back in there for me, if that's okay. Just resend it and I'll hopefully see it this time. Sorry about that. As I say, it's never intentional. Please never anyone get offended if I've not replied. It's just that I have not seen it. So just resend it to me, like someone else did that, because it got stuck in my junk. They resent it and it come up there. And or they just, you know, private message me and say, hey, and I'll have a good look through. Okay, so we're just getting in there with some browns to start with. So it's just going to be a nice easy page. Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think it's nice to have a page sometimes without backgrounds, and I don't feel the need to fill them in. And then there's other pages where I think they do need one, and I feel a bit lost because I don't know really what I want to put in there. But I've never been a fan of backgrounds, and that's just me. We've all got our preferences, you know. And I always say, when people say to me about backgrounds, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not the channel for that. You know, I don't mind admitting that I'm not a background person. I don't mind slapping a load of watercolour on there with the watercolour stuff, the loose watercolour backgrounds, quite happy with them, but they don't go on every page and the paper doesn't always like them, you know, so I'm always a little bit like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's blend that out a little bit more. So this one's going to have a lot of heavy influence of browns, I think. So let's go a little bit darker. So we have used the brown, and we have used the yellow orange. So next up we're going to pick up I think I'm going to go for the burnt sienna, a little bit darker, because we can always, don't forget, I always come back to the middle colour, and the lightest colour to blend out. So I don't go everywhere. I've not eliminated the colour that I've done. It keeps unfocusing, sorry. They are the Sargent Art Supremes. I'll put the links after the stream I have to come up just a tad. I'll give me a little bit after the stream and I'll put all the links in for the materials that we've used and the colours. So I'll tell you, like, moth body, moth wings. We'll probably get the moths in a couple of colours done today. And I've already got the bronze colour worked out in Prismas anyway, you know. They're Sargent Art Supremes. Sargent Art Supreme. So when you type in your Googles or your Amazons or whatever you're searching in, type in Sargent Art Supreme colouring pencils. You will find them. They look like this. And this is what the writing looks like on the actual barrels. Hold on. And it's got a long part where it's all your colour and then long part gold. Hi, April. Yeah, remember, if there's anything, thanks Shannon, if there's anything for me, do pop it in big capital letters, because I'll just assume that you're talking amongst yourselves and I'll probably miss it. And sometimes I still miss it when it's in caps, because my head's down colouring, and I do try my best to try and juggle between colouring and reading the chat, but I do miss things. So if you are okay to copy and paste what you've typed if I do miss it, or pop it in caps, that would be so helpful. so that I don't miss what you're saying or directing to me. That's, it's perfect if I do see it. It's chat sometimes, people do talk amongst themselves, or most of the time, and it's nice because it's a hangout for everyone here. And when it's in small, that's what people do, they're just chit-chatting. So I just assume there's nothing for me there, and like directed, so I probably wouldn't answer. Hiya, Mona. They are good pencils, so I like them, but I didn't know what they were like in this, because I've never used them in here before. I've only really used prismas in here and paints, but they're working really well. They're blending out actually better than what I expected. Everybody says this paper's okay. I always had a bit of a struggle with paper, so I'm actually quite happy with it. Right, coming back to the middle, I'm just going to go back onto my brown, so it's just brown. It says brown on it. There's no numbers, they're just the names. So they haven't got a name and a number, they're just a name. So just on the outside, and then I'm going to come even back then to my first one, which was the yellow orange, which is more like a yellowy ochre more than an orange. It's more like coming into my browns, which is going to be the middle colour. So we're going to go on the very outside with one darker tone, and then that's going to be our base colour. We can add details and stuff after, but we've got it going. So I'm just going to come into the middle with that. Back to my burnt sienna and just blend out into there. So the back of it is going to be this yellow orange. And then again, I don't think I've made the sargent art. No, I haven't. Cards up. So that's why it's hard to do it for this. So this colouring, I will shout them out. No, I didn't. I just had in mind, when I look at something, sometimes it comes to me and other times it doesn't. So in my mind, I had like this palette of just, I know I want browns. I know I want some purples. Okay, so yellow, orange, and back to brown. And sometimes I have absolutely no idea. But moths to me, I know a lot of the time they're browns. We might have to get a couple of prismas in on this as well. But I also like the idea of browns with like lavenders. I think that goes really well. I'm going to think I'm cuckoo. It does, promise. Okay, I'm just going to pick up now my dark brown, which is what it's called. And I just really want to now pick out the very dark sides of which I'm going to have any deeper shading. And I'm pressing, I'm going to say a medium to fairly hard, just to burnish in a little bit of where I want my dark to go. It's actually quite refreshing because I did finish off my Worlds Within Worlds monkey this morning that I was doing with you all. So I just had to finish off the buildings, and I've just got to chuck the black paint on it. But I'm going to do that another day because today it was do that, get on stream. Okay, so it's a nice little colour palette. Coming into these wings, we're going to use them, but I actually really want to use a lighter tone as well. And Putty Beige. Hiya, Mama Top. Putty Beige is a nice colour as well, which I've got to find to go in with it. If I find it. That'll be good. That will be good. Finding a colour is a good start. I can't find it. Good morning, Tammy. And you can all do this. This is what I say. Anyone that starts this hobby out, trust me, it's not as daunting. When you start seeing other people's pages and they say, I can't do that. You can, you can, you can. Anyone can do this. Trust me. Believe in yourselves. They say, I can't do that. It's never going to come out like that. And I'm like, I can. And you will get there. Where's my putty? I'm trying to find it. Beige is a good one as well, which will be nice. And the gold. Bronze is a good colour. If you wanted to use bronze, you can use loads of different. The thing is, you haven't got a palette set. You know, you can swap colours out. So if you were looking at your palette and you saw that, you would think, okay, I want these a bit lighter, but I still want them brown. So I'm just trying to find my tone, and I will get there. Anytime soon would be amazing, right? I'm just having one of those days. Okay, let me find it. So, is that it? No, it's beige sienna. Mind you, let me grab that out a minute. Is that it? No. Ooh, actually, that would go really well. I'm going to experiment in a minute. Hold on. I'm going to experiment on something. I just want to see if that goes together on a bit of paper. Have a spare bit of paper as well by you. Let's get that out. Oh my goodness. I will find it soon. I'm sure there's one of them here somewhere. It can't have gone. This is the time you can go actually grab a cup of tea, because I'm trying to find a pencil colour that I can't find. Is that it? Is that it? That's ginger root. Oh, ginger root would be good. Do you know what? Let me replace that with ginger root. Okay. So, on the wings. Okay, let me find that. This is a nice colour to add in. That's ginger root. But I was just thinking, this is beige sienna. And that would go really, really well with the chocolate tone. Let me just put them next to each other. Right, can you see? So they go really well, and actually the beige sienna goes better than the ginger root, but the ginger root can even go further into blending out again. Can you see those colours? They go really well together. So in the prismas, you've got chocolate, you've got ginger root, and you've got beige sienna. Can you see those colours? And those colours are PC 1082, 1084 and 1080. So we're going to use those in this wing here. Right, bear with me guys, just give me 2 seconds. I just need to move a couple of things off my table and I'll be right back. Just 2 seconds. Okay, that's better. I had like too much in front of me and I didn't have any workspace. So let's get down with some chocolate. I'm going to use this as a nice sharp tip. Okay. And I'm just going to put in where I want. This is prismas. So I'm going to do prismas and the Sargent Arts. So I just want to decide where I want dark. So I'm going to come up on the edge with, this is chocolate. So PC 1082. So we know we're going to have a depth down here. And I know that my depth is also going to come into these bits here. So just plan it. This is not going to be neat to start with. And I know that this part here is going to be darker. So let's make sure that I put that in for myself. So I know I'm going to come in here with my deeper colour. And I know that I'm going to have this in here a bit darker as well. So just put this where you kind of want it. At the very top, I think I'm going to have in between, because all that's going to be as well, right? So just planning out where I want my deeps to go. Then I know that the middle is going to be slightly lighter. So I'm going to come to ginger root 1084. And I'm going to just plan again, just in where I want my lighter shades to go. So That side's going to be lighter. Inside here is going to be lighter. So just use the lightest hand, just nice and light. That's going to be slightly different, and we're going to put some elements coming in there of Parma Violet, because it will be the next one that's going to have that. So we're going to have it coming in here, and then we're going to have definitely coming into elements there. That middle bit we haven't got anything yet, because we're going to bring in some of the Sargent arts, right? So now we know where we're going. Hey Robin, I'm going to call you Reading Robin, because we've got another Robin. So we know where we're going to go now. Hi Sherry, how are you lovelies? I hope you're good. Right, now I know where I'm going, so we can start to deepen. Come back to your chocolate 1082, and let's start to come up and add in. Now this is the beige sienna 1080. This is a nice graduation, and it actually really blends together like magic. I didn't realize it would, but it does. They go together really well. And then we're going to go back to our ginger root, which is 1084. So remember, I've only got 3 colors at the moment, just 3. Back to chocolate. I'm going to take out these black lines as well. So we will have white Posca in here, but at the moment we're just playing with colour. So let's go for the middle as well. Okay, and then same with this middle bit. Now if we want to go darker, which we will have some elements, we will grab our dark brown or burnt umber. But we also need this section to have the Sargent arts. So it's just a nice colour selection here that goes together really well. What have you all been up to this week, by the way? I haven't spoken to you in a week. We still need to do and get our mods in on an interview, which will be fun. Coming over to my beige sienna. But I'm not going to call it interview. I'm going to call it get to know the mods, because the mods are a big part of the channel. A huge part of the channel. So, and then we're going to go back to a ginger root, which is going to go in the middle. So ginger root, chocolate and beige sienna. Who knew? They go really well. So really nice graduation up. Just coming back to my chocolate. So you'll notice I'll just alternate between some of the colours. Let's take out that. Okay, this bit here, I'm going to come back to my beige sienna. And the same into the middle. And these little bits, I'm just going to go straight in there into those little areas, because we're going to do chocolate in a second. Yeah, I think the Sargent arts have got quite a good reputation in general. They're a bit like Artasia. They've got a good rep for a more affordable brand. Oh, you're doing the Anna and Christoph one. I've got that in my stash. No way. Oh my goodness, that is so funny. How strange is that? That you find your colouring twin. What is the trick to modding? What do you mean in terms of putting someone as your mod? Right, chocolate. Or helping out on a channel. Obviously the channel is someone that, you know, you're close to, that needs a mod, etc, etc. Or do you mean to setting someone as a moderator? What sorry, just want to get that before I start rambling on. and because then that will help anyone that is going to live stream if you're regarding that. Okay, just putting some of the chocolate in there. I saw you got a new video, Shell, which is to draw glass. Am I right? I have not watched it yet. I'm still catching up on bits throughout the week. I've got a couple of videos to catch up with. Okay, just going for my ginger root, and we're going into there. Okay, and we're going to go to our beige sienna, and we're also going to start to bring in some depth into this bit. Now there is some lines here which we'll bring our Sargent Arts into and see how they work with the prismas. So that would be fun to see that. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of this beige sienna. So beige sienna is 1080. And I'll do it coming from this top end as well. And remember, if there's anything for me, please, please, please stick it in huge caps. I won't think you're shouting. I'll know that you're just aiming it at me. Okay. In this section here, I'm going to bring in one of my Sargent Arts, the light brown, which is like a bit of a sienna. Hold on, Sherry. So you haven't got to have a skill set to have a mod. Is that what you're referring to? Put it in big caps though, so I can see what you're referring to, because I can help anyone out then that's watching that's thinking of a channel. Okay, so we're just putting some light brown Sargent Art, and we're going to see how this blends in with a waxy prisma. Because that is going to be good information for myself as well on how they work pretty well together. Okay, that's going to be quite light. I don't want that to be dark with the other colours, so we're going to put a bit of the yellowed orange in there as well. So that's working really well. So just a big thumbs up if you are going to get the Sargent Arts. They do mix in with the prismas without any problem. They layer in there without problem. Hey Leslie, bye Kat, hi Michelle. Oh Shannon, you know what I mean. Like we don't sit there and go, oh well I'll have that person because I think that person's very, you know, because it would be quite offensive to everyone else to say, well that person seems better than another. It's based on trust. It's the people that I've known and spoken to outside of the streams who I've built a good relationship up with, and we speak and I trust them and I know that they're just amazing. I'm not saying everyone isn't amazing, but we don't know everyone. Hey Christine. No Shannon, I'm recovering here. Like, we can't know everyone on a one-to-one. We can't. It would be impossible. You'd never be off your phones. But there are some people that you get to know and trust and adore, and you naturally just gravitate and say, hey, would you mind helping me out? It's no pressure. It's not a job. But if you'd help me out, I'd love that. Am I recovered now, Shannon? Am I recovered? That is your mods. They are the people you've known, and they're the people that you have. Take care, and please just send that email again and I'll speak to you soon. I'm going for brown. They're just the people that you really do trust. Trust is a big thing. You've got to know your mods, I think, and you've got to build a rapport up, and vice versa. They're helping you out. They're doing an amazing, amazing job, and they have to trust you. Hi, Bia. I thought I've said it perfectly. Yeah, it's all to do with people you've known, people you trust, people you've built a good relationship up with. And I think once you do that, you know, it's just like in life. You got your neighbour on the left, you got your neighbour on the right. You don't know your neighbour on the left, so you don't ask them to house sit when you go on holiday, but you know your neighbour on the left really well. You trust them, you give them your keys and you say, hey, will you put my post in whilst I'm away? There you go. Yes, you got to have a thick skin because people do judge. Okay, going back to my chocolate prisma. So it's a mixture of things. I wouldn't say skills, but they're amazing. They're the ones that help the channel. They're the ones. I don't think a channel can run as effectively without mods. People do it, but I think the more people you have in chats, your mods are your eyes, your ears, your virtual. They're just your virtual help that, you know, I can't be without, personally. I love my mods. I've always said it. I've appreciated every single one of them throughout the years. Even when you fall out with people, you know, at a time they did help you. There's no getting around that. So even if you fall out with someone and they say, hey, you know, I don't want you anymore, you just say that was fine. Thank you so much for having me. And you move on, because not in life are you going to have everyone, you know, at all times. It's just how it goes. You know, I say it all the time. Things happen in life. People do sometimes come and go. Not everyone. I've had most of my friends online forever. But there might be the odd person that comes and goes. And it doesn't mean to say that they haven't helped you immensely. They did. Oh my gosh, Lou! Lou, I am so happy to see you. So sorry for screaming down the mic, everyone. Lou, as you know, Lou is one of our lovely mods that has not been here for a long, long time. And we missed her so much. We missed our Lou. Lou, it's so good to see you. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, it's been the longest time to see your name. We love you and we missed you. Yellow orange. Prime example of one of our very amazing mods. We've got such a good team here, and I think if you're going to have people who you trust and adore and love, it's the pinnacle and it's the pillar of it all. It's what holds it up. It's the foundation. There you go. I've said it. Yellowed orange, and then we're gonna get our ginger root. Oh my gosh, Lou, it's so good to see you in chat. And Kev, hi Kev. So, did I recover? Did I recover, Shah? Like, I'll have a talking to after. I'll have Chalet into me. Oh gosh. Okay, ginger root. And then we're going to move on to the next one. But we do need a bit darker as well. So let's just blend that out. Sorry about your ears, guys. I am so happy to see Lou. We've been saying for a long time, you know, get better. We miss you. Can't wait to see you in here again. So it's so good to see you. Oh my God, Shannon. No. Trust is the skill. Trust. I'd say that's the skill. Trust is your foundation. But some of them are very quick with those links and those bashing trolls. So, okay, let's just blend that out. This is the ginger root. We've got to blend the top out as well. So just get it all in there. The colours go really well, and we're going to put a few hints of the Palmers, but we're going to have the Palmer next to it. So the next one's going to have green, browns and Palmers, I think, coming in. Okay, so let's get that in. Now, I need to, before we go any further, I need to get some established where I want my really dark. So we're going to go for dark brown. And don't forget, on anything that you have a slight shadow with, you're naturally going to have a darker colour coming in. So we've still got to blend that out. I'm not finished yet. We've got to build up a bit more. So I'm putting in my dark brown. And the prismas, by the way, the prismas and the sargent art seem to be working really well. So just a side note. Because they're totally different feels of pencils, like completely different. One's really waxy, one's, I don't know if they're oil, but they feel quite oily. Hi Heather, hi everyone coming on in. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see everyone today. Everyone's sort of, you know, reappeared that I haven't seen for a while. Okay, let's just put some in there as well. Right, with this part, I'm going to introduce a little bit more chocolate. So, especially coming up to... So, you've got all these little sort of bits here so we can extend a little bit. Let's put some more in there. Ah, Shannon, I saw your picture this morning with Murphy. Oh, bless him. I just love his big nose. He's got such a big rubber nose. I missed so many streams this week that I've got to catch up on. But I shall. It gives me something to watch when I'm colouring or diamond painting. Okay, so we're just putting a bit more chocolate in there, and then I'm just going to bring and extend some of these lines, I think. Let's put them in there as well. Right, with this little tiny funky feathery thing there, I want them to be in... Oh, Bia, hi. It's okay, you can ask. It's the Pop Manga colouring book. So we're doing this sweet chariot, but they're moths. So I'm going to do them in like browns, and we're going to do brown. We need to take those lines out. Browns and purples and like light blues, not electric blues. Where's that gone? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we need a prisma, not a prisma. We need a Posca. I don't know if that one is full. We've got to double check that. Okay, so what I want to do though is take out some of this stuff because we've still got to deepen, I think, a little bit more. So with the outer line, I don't want such thick black lines. I really don't. And you can go over these as well with brown after if you really want to. But I think white will be fine. I just need to turn the book. So we've only done a little bit on this whole page, but we'll get there. Okay, so the round in a bit on the inner side, not the outer side. So the fluff we can fluff after properly. I'm just holding the page because it is on the opposite side to which I work. I'm right-handed, this is the left. We've got such wind, it's crazy on my blinds, but it's so nice. I don't know if we've got a storm brewing or what, but it's so windy. Ah, have fun with your diamond painting, Lou. We've got Lou S. Winchester and Lou Train Lou. We've got a few Lou's in the house now. So we've got quite a few to remember. Okay, so let's have some of these lines coming up. Now, let's put in a bit more of the chocolate. So let's go on the underneath here. And let's add a bit more in. Mum's late on the wagon, bless. They're all screaming Lou. And Mum's coming in like 5 minutes later. Oh my God, Lulu. Hello, my lovely. How are you? Oh, did you guys, if you've been on Instagram, have you seen Chip's video? He's a funny guy. So I had him on my legs this morning for about an hour and a half. He wouldn't move. It was so funny. Okay, so I'm just adding in a bit more depth. And then this one I'm going to be naturally a bit darker because it's on the underside rather than the upper side. So I'm just going to come in a bit darker. So we'll go with dark brown first. Okay. So let's go for that first. Let's go for some dark brown in the Sargent Arts. Hi Bianca. Hi everyone coming on in. Okay, so we're going to go for dark brown Sargent Art Supreme. This is our first one. So on this side where it's naturally going to be slightly darker, we're just going to go straight in. And we're also going to do it on the underside here. If you can hear Chip, so sorry. He's barking at someone outside. Okay, so this is dark brown Sargent Art. I need to make the cards up for these ones. So that's why we haven't got the cards on the screen today, like we usually do. Okay, so let's go a bit more. This is just our first coating. So we go on here as well with dark brown. Let's go on the tops. Let's go all the way over the tops. So we'll add in more as we go along. And I'll look up into chat in just 1 minute. And then I'm just gonna also bring in a little bit into this part here. So we've got like different sections. So I'm just kind of depicting which bit's which. It does. But it's a good sign when chat goes fast. Kenny, hello my love. Hi Maria. Okay, so just needed to sharpen and just pick out. Okay, so we'll deepen up here and we'll add a bit more. These are such nice pencils. So the whole set I think in Great British Pounds was like 32, and I think there's 72 pencils, am I correct? They are the Sargent Art Supremes, and you get 72 in the entire set. Now I think that's really good for the money that I paid for them. Definitely paid £32 at the time, and I think I got them a good few months ago now, so probably more to close to the year because time does go that quick. And you sit there and you think, that was only yesterday. No, it wasn't. So they were definitely 32. I remember bragging from the rooftops that I'd only paid 32 for them. So for 72 pencils, they are super, super valuable. And they also mix really well, as we can see, with other pencil sets. And that's always a big plus for me because some pencil sets resist being on top of like waxy stuff. These aren't, they're just blending. So definitely a plus in my book. It's a great price for them. Okay, we're going to go to our beige sienna in the Prisma, and that is 1080. I think it was a blooming bargain. Blooming bargain. I thought I was super impressed with it at the time. I was like, Mum, I found these, and she got herself a set then, didn't you, Mum? I know, it speeds up. It's too much, Christine. I sometimes feel that even in a pandemic, we need a pause. Even though I'd happily like jump ahead to 2021. But what I mean is, I just feel every year gets quicker. And I don't know if that's with age. But I feel that they just get quicker and quicker. And I think yesterday I did something. No, that was last week. Or I think of something else and I think, I only got that last month. No, it turns out it was 9 months ago. And I just think, good grief, where does that go? Oh my God, that's gone up. Well, they go down in sales. I know that. They were 32 at the time. So I think I got them more towards Black Friday. So I do think they do go down towards those times. I would wait for the Black Friday just deals because they do. Artasia and Sargent Art are generally in the Black Friday sales most years. I don't know about now, but things are going to be a bit higher at the moment, don't forget, because of what we've been through. So if they are higher in price, that is just because of the times that we are in, and it's a good thing to just look out for when things get back to normal. I'm going for my chocolate 1082. And I'm just going to pop some of that by the blend between the dark brown and the beige sienna, just to give it those colours above, because we're going to add those colours back in, especially around here. So I'm just going to make sure that it is replicant of the one above. But we need it just a bit darker. So we'll go and establish our darks first. That was my whole feel on this one. Take our darks in. Right, let's come for some of this to start with. So I'm just placing in where I want my darks and lights. So we'll put in some darks there and probably on the underneath coming downwards. So let's sort of plan that before I start putting in all my colour and blending. And let's go for the tops coming down the side, that side, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, there's going to be a lot more at the moment. I think give our shops some time as well, because the supplies are hard to get a hold of for people at the moment, especially if it's not an English brand, it is American. So for us Brits, it might be a little bit more at the moment. And that's just something to consider, because supplies are going to be hard to get at the moment. So do just watch the sales, watch the market, watch your shops. They do eventually put things down again, but it's just going to take some time to recover. And yeah, if you're in the US, you'll probably get them a bit cheaper. Okay, let's come over to our Ginger Root 1084 in the Prisma. And then we're going to grab a Parma Violet when we've done this part. And we're going to start to put in these feather bits and come to the next set of wings, which is 1, 2 here. No, this is still one of his wings, isn't it? I think they have these. Yeah, this is this side, that's that side. Okay. We'll go for the second one here. So I think they're his wings. Okay, so let's get our ginger root in and then we'll blend out properly. So we're just blocking in where we want our colours and then we'll build up. Okay, let's go for it. All there. All there. Let's block that in and then build up. Right, so we know where we're going with the colour. Let's start to build that up. I'm going to have to turn my page slightly. I know, it really is. And I think it will take some time though, Joanne. I've been watching things and they've definitely gone on a huge hike up, haven't they? And I'm just waiting. I can be patient on things because I'm not in a need, you know? So I just thought, okay, that's fine. We'll get there eventually again. And I know things are out of stock everywhere at the moment quite quick. And because they have to supply, you know, their supply chain is hard. they're also finding it really hard to restock quick. So it's like that merry-go-round. Go into ginger root just to blend the edge out slightly. Is Diamond Art Club this week not got any new listings? They haven't, have they? I noticed it was quiet on there coming this week. There wasn't any. So I think you lovelies have a rest for the week. Although they've got new diamond, I don't know if you saw, they've got new pens. Thanks, Kenny. Okay, let's go for our chocolate in here, and then we'll get some burnt sienna, I think it is, or brown. No, we'll go for some burnt sienna. And we'll blend that all out in there as well. Okay, so we're just heading up into those parts. I'm going to skip this wing for the moment and go to these two. So we're going to do it the opposite. So we're going to have some lavenders and some palmers in there. And we'll see what Sargent Art purples are in there as well. So I'm just getting my ginger root and my chocolate in the prismas at the moment. So I'm just blending between the two. And we'll do the same on the other moth. Yeah, new pens, thought so. I liked, I don't know if you saw there's two, but they have like an aqua type of colour. I don't know what it was called. And then they had the clear one. But I think if you're going to get them, you might as well wait if you're going to do an order. And then you can get like everything together and still, you know, paying double the postage. I think it's just a little bit better to do that. Okay, I'm just going to get my burnt sienna and just blend out the edge. And then this middle bit here, let's start to add to that dark brown some chocolate. And then our beige sienna in our prisma colour. And then our ginger root. And then we're going to get a blender pencil in on that bit. Okay, so if you have a blender pencil, anyone will do. I've just got my prisma colour one. And this section here, because I've got the two colours down, I'm just going to use my blend pencil slightly to blend those two colours together rather than muddy it with too much, because it's got the blend of colour down. And the good thing with these as well is because I don't press too hard, it's just a very light blend. It will do it for you without adding too much. So the middle I'm going to blend with, and I'll come to the edges with some more colour. So just the middle part. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, Lou. Instead of getting two and then adding, you know, the £20 shipping in for us, if there's something new next week, add it into that, and then you don't have to pay the extra shipping on it. I thought that was best as well. Okay, going to come to my brown. I'm going to put that into the middle. And let's add that into this section on the edge, and it's the same with this bit. Now we need to get our white Posca, go on the edge of that as well, and then let's go to some new Poscas. What, the pencils? Oh no, they don't appeal to me, if I'm honest, Valerie. I don't know about you guys, but I think they're a bit over, just my opinion, I think they're a bit overpriced for the amount that you get. They've just got mostly bright colours, and I'd rather spend that money that they are on the new Lumis, personally. What about you, lovelies? Do you like the look of them, or are you gonna wait for the luminance, or are you gonna get both? I think for the money that they are, you can get the new luminance for the same amount, and you get, you know, Lumis. which I think Lumis are the best. So no, they don't get my thanks, Shannon. They don't get my vote, just my opinion. I would much prefer to buy the Luminance for the same money. You get 24 Lumis. Luminance, the quality says it all for them. You know, they are just amazing. And yeah, just not for me. I was not impressed by the price. Okay, so I quite like that combination. We'll come back to this. We're going to come over here and also onto those little feathers. Oh, nice, Bia. I think it will be fabulous. I think you'll love them. I personally think they're amazing, Lumis. Okay, so we need some Parma. I'm going to get Rosy Beige. We need some Parma Violet. Let's go for my little one first. And we'll bring in, I might bring in some lavender, but we need an even lighter one. So like the grey lavender. Let's see what we've got in the Sargent Arts first. So we've got this nice deep one here, which is called Deep Purple. We might use that for our shading. And we've also got a pale purple we can use. And also we got our grey lavender. I don't think we need much beyond that on purples, so we'll just stick with that. I love my Buff Titanium. It's like the best pencil ever. Ever. Okay, so we're going to move on to some purples first. Let's just sharpen this up. Sorry about the noise. Yeah, you have got a higher rate over in Australia. Okay, that's fine. Right, so I've just got a bunch of purples, but we're going to start off with our grey lavender. I'll bring you down. Okay, so before we do this one is part of this little buddy here. So we're probably going to do a mixture between these colours. So we're going to go for the grey lavender. This is PC1026. And I'm just going to go for these little purple bits here. So I'm just going to establish where they are first. So let's just put an overall colour just very lightly. The thing is, a prismas, you get a lot of payoff of colour without touching the paper much, which is perfect because that's what you want in a pencil. You use less. Okay, so just an overall coating. Going to come to my little Parma Violet, which is PC1008. It's one of my originals. Look, can you see? You know the original American stock? This is what they look like, and they were so good. Take care, Joanne. Okay, so we're going to just bring some of this in first. Hello, everyone coming on in. So we're just going to add some of this in. Okay. And then I'm going to bring some of this down as well. Just add a bit. So the lavenders and browns, when they're all finished, trust me, they go really well. I'm going to bring in some Rosy Beige PC1019. And that's going to go on the edge, and then we'll deepen that up. So the very middle bit that comes down the middle is going to be a little bit deeper. but we're just establishing where we want these to go. Okay, now we can put in deep. So let's go for deep purple in the sargent art and just go all the way down the stem of it. So it's like this little stem. There we go. And then we're going to go back to our Parma, and now we can start to really like shade where we want our details to be. And then we're going to go to our lovely wing on this side. We'll do this one here, this big one. Go back to my grey lavender and blend. Your black cherry will be good. We need to find that. Your black cherry, black raspberry, either or, they're pretty good as well. And then this little middle bit here, can you see here? Just going to get my dark brown. And I'm going to block that in. And the same with bringing some browns into that purple there. So I'm just going to on the underneath. And then get back to my grey lavender. Now, with the wings on that other guy here, we're going to do a mixture. And if you get a scrap bit of paper, this is your grey lavender. Hey Lozzie! If you get that and you get a brown, let's go for a chocolate. Side by side. And your dark brown. Let's just go for it a second. You can mix in the browns into this purple really well. So you can see side by side they actually work. Like, they're not horrific, are they? You'd think they wouldn't go together. But they're actually lovely. I thought they were really nice. So if we come away, let's go for this guy. We've still got to do more on them, but you'll get the drift of where I'm going with this. Okay, so he's still going to be brown, I think, with some lavender hints. So let's go for let's go for the browns. Let's go for the browns. So let's go for our Sargent Art Yellowed Orange, still over the whole, this bit, but we're going to bring some purple elements into the wings. So go over the whole thing again like we did with the other one. And then grab our burnt sienna. But let's introduce some purples. So our Posca will come into play more as we go on, especially for detailing. But we're only at the start, and that sort of thing can come last. We're going to go for some chocolate actually into this bit. And some dark brown. And then blend outwards with the two lightest colours. Okay, and then go back to your lightest colours. So let's go for some light brown. And then I'll look into chat. Light brown. And then into some yellowed orange. Alright. Now, if you did want to add any black, where that would come in handy is like making sure that the separation between one and the other and on the underneath might be handy. So just sort of add just a little bit to kind of make sure that you can see the separation. But you just make sure you blend that into whatever you're doing. And it's the same with the underneaths of things, so you can add just a touch. Now, I really want to add some grey lavenders and some light yellowed orange into this. So I'm going to come in with my yellowed orange Sargent Art first. And and see where I want to lead this into. Let me just try this very lightly. Grey lavender. Yes, okay, this will work. So I'm going to mix, which seems like an odd combination, but I think it's going to work. So we're going to mix from just heading from our head, which is the brown section, and we're going to lead it up into some purple. So let me just plan where I want this purple to go. So this is just a grey lavender in PC1026 in the prismas. And it's the same. So come back to your Sargent Art yellow orange. I will find alternatives, but I'll put everything that I use in the description. So I'm just going to lead this from the bottom, which is where the brown was. And I'm going to lead that up into the grey lavender. So just blend it out together. You can use a blending pencil if you prefer. If you don't like to blend and take your time, blending pencil will just do the work for you very quickly. So just from one little bit to the next, we're kind of just going to bleed that up into the other. So just lead upwards. See how it just is going to blend up, and it will be a bit more of a... I think browns and purples go... I think they go really well. So we're going to just have a little look. Sorry about the gulping. Just because I talk too much and I end up with a dry throat. So let's come up into here, and the same with bringing that grey lavender down. So just establish where you want them. I'm just going to go into these sections, and then the very top is going to be the brown coming back into. So it's going to lead back down. One into the other. Let's go down here. Okay. So just add in a bit down, and then we'll work it. Coming back up to the top, grab back my yellowed orange, which is just like a yellow ochre, but slightly orangey brown tone. It's edging on that copper tone, you know, where you go from like a sort of orange brown more than a yellowed orange. I don't know, it reminds me of an orange brown rather than a yellowed orange personally, and you can really mix that in with other browns as well so that it works together. And these will be pretty cool if you add some sparkles and stuff in them, if that's your style. I think they go really well together. I think that browns are such nice colours because they're natural, and then lavenders always just look nice against a brown. If you're not going too rich with purples and you tend to stick to more the lavenders with, don't forget, dark and light contrasts really well. So you got a darker colour naturally to a lighter colour naturally. So the two seem to work together. If you've got two things that are very similar, it cancels the other one out. So whereas if you've got something that, you know, is totally different but also quite subtle, it won't. See here again, you can bring that down and now blend that in. So some of them will be with tones of lavender, but we're not going to put too much of the browns in this one. We're going to have more of the purple. So I'm just establishing where I'd like them to go really. So we're just going to mix them. So we'll work on this wing. We will, whoops, sorry, what are we going to do? Are we going to, I'm just going to have a look. Thanks, Shannon. Take care, Helly. Or who's going? Someone's going. Whoever's going, take care. I'm just reading it now. Okay, so we're just going to mix together. And we'll work on this wing, and then we'll just see. You remember I did a combination in here. Let me just take you back a second. With a bronze. Let me find it. Do you remember we did it on one of the, up here, We did like a bronze, a gold, like a dark gold and a silver. I think we're going to go for that bronze with the gold effect into her chariot. I think that'll go really well, and then she can pop out of that. So yeah, I think we'll do that. So we've already got that made up, you know, we don't have to make that up. We've already got our combination done on that, so we can just grab the pencils. So I think I'll come back on this on Tuesday. And the moths will just alternate between the browns and the purples. Okay, so with that, I do need to get some black cherry, if I can find it. Oh, right there, okay. Where now we're gonna just pick out some darks. So we're gonna go for black cherry, which is PC 1078. Hiya, Heather. Yeah, that was like just a very quick tutorial. Well, not tutorial. I hate saying that because I don't feel like I'm a teacher. It was a quick how I do the metals. And that was just a very quick demo. I think we used prismas, didn't we? So that's handy. Okay. So now we're just going to pick out where we're going to add some of this black cherry. So we're not deepening up just yet, but we are picking out. Okay, so we're going to add some of this in here, and also let's get into some of these sections as well. So let's just mark it for ourselves, and then we can also bring ginger root into that to blend. Okay, so we'll put it into these parts here as well. So it is just mapping. I say this all the time. I find it so much easier to map where my colours are going to go. Some people can just go full force in. I'm just someone that's always coloured this way. I just kind of map my colours out and then I come back in. Hey, Shara. Hi everyone, I'm so sorry if I've missed you individually, but thank you for coming and I hope you're having a good Saturday. I have had my head down an awful lot, I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's add some into here as well. So that's going to be where I'm going to deepen up when we come back. Right, let's go to our grade lavender a second and just blend out the edges of that just for a minute, just to make sure. Yeah, in that very middle section here as well, let's go for some of our chocolate. So straight in with the chocolate, PC 1082. Straight in, and then I'm going to pick up my yellowed orange and then just go into the middle of that, so we know that that section is going to be brown, and this area we need to deepen. So let's get our darker colours now, and let's come in. I've got to come up a second so you can see properly because I've just got to come away from the side. Okay, let's head in with our dark brown. So the very top will have the darker brown, which will blend out. I'm just going to take my time now, because now I know where my colours are going to kind of go. So I'm going to add a hint of that as well. And on the edge there. Wind down, Gary, wind down. What was stressful? Just one of those days. Wind yourself down. Some days you just need to just completely switch off, don't you? I used to have days like that, and I'd come home and I'd sit in the hall like, what a day. I never forget one of my worst days. Dad was here decorating when we first moved in, and I collapsed in the hall by my bath while my bath was running. And Dad was painting the front room, and I just sat on the floor like, I can't even believe what kind of day that I've just had. And I just sat in the hall for ages until my bath was nearly at the top. And then I dragged myself up and dragged myself in the bath. It was one of those days. Okay, back to, no, not yet. Okay, let's go for some brown. This is a Sargent Art brown. I used to work with six adults living with autism. Some of them had very challenging behaviours, and I can't, obviously for confidentiality, I can't reveal too much, but just 6 autistic adults. Some had extremely challenging difficulties and behaviours, and if anyone's had, you know, the extreme end of autism, you'll know when sensory overload happens, sometimes a meltdown follows. And I had several of them in one day. So yeah, it was one of those days when I come home. Yellow, orange. But I absolutely adored every single one of them. Every single one of them. Brilliant people they were. It's not their fault. Everyone has to understand and try to understand what they were going through and help them not go against everything they were trying to display was for a reason. Oh, yay! Yeah, Leslie. And sometimes the meltdowns are just something we have not seen coming, but it could be something so small to us and so big to them, and it's sometimes very hard to kind of stop the triggers, because it's just things that you can't stop, you have no control over. You know, life, you haven't got control of the noise outside, and you haven't got control sometimes of certain things, and it's very hard to eliminate those triggers in their lives. But you try to minimize them as much as you can. But yeah, it's a very, very challenging thing to have to deal with, especially on a day-to-day basis, bless you, but it's not impossible. And yeah, waiting, yeah. We used to have things like traffic noises that used to trigger our guys, or it could be anything. It could be the noise of the telly. Brown, if one of the other, you know, ladies was watching the telly, it might have triggered one of the guys. Could have been temperature. Temperature was a big thing. I don't know about. Temperature was a huge thing actually for some of them. Didn't like it when it got too hot. Couldn't cool down. Couldn't understand why. It's very, very summertime. We had a lot of triggers. But yeah, it was a very rewarding job. I absolutely adored them. Adored them. I said I would clone one of the ladies. I loved her. I would have cloned her. She was amazing. Amazing. Okay, back to my grade lavender now. We had a really good training session actually once, and I'll never forget, for anyone that has never dealt with somebody who has autism, there was this really good video, and it was a day in the life of, and we used to do it on our training sessions, and I actually trained to be a trainer in autism before, you know, my back went on me. And I was going to train others in understanding autism, and it was going really well. I was doing really well with it, but hey ho, things happened. And this video, it gives you an insight to what it's like to live with it in terms of sound, heat, and it was filmed in the 1980s, and it's still so relevant to this day. And it was so good, and it was the best thing I've ever done in terms of learning. Yeah, noise, yeah, bright lights. Have you tried all the as well? We used to go to a really good centre, and the sensory they thought would be good for some, you know, sensory rooms. It's so sad because they're changing. This is brown. They're changing the funding for so much. So a lot of these things aren't as accessible as they used to be. But there used to be a place we used to go, and St. Joseph's it was called, and it used to have like this giant sensory room, and I absolutely loved it. And it had the lights, it had like different textures. A lot of our guys used to love feeling like soft and springs. You know those slinkies? One of our guys used to constantly pull them. Have you seen that guy? It's amazing, and it walks you down the street with all the noise and it's just amazing. It was such an amazing video. Anyway, so I've just completely digressed away from that. So silly things that you don't think of, and what can be so calming, and it's just trial and error, because as well, you know, age is a big factor. Different ages prefer different things, and as they grow older they prefer. Ours were, you know, adults, so they'd live with it all their lives. But I did the Macaton as well, which was really good. Can't remember much of it because I haven't used it, and if you don't use it you lose it, and that's very true. Okay, let's go into some dark purples now. So let's go to Parma Violet. Take care, Lozzie. Parma Violet. Yes, Slinkies. Slinkies are a huge hit. They were a huge hit in our home. It wasn't really like a residential, it was a home from home with 6 adults. It was great. I don't know what's going to happen now, but it was such an amazing place, and they've been there for 30 plus years. I worked there for 8 or 9, and it was just, I loved it, and I spent more time there than I did at home. Okay, let's go for some purples. Right, let's go back to the grey lavender, and I'm going to place that all through this part into, I'm going to do like a ginger root, I think, in that bit. And then prior to that I worked with elderly. I was a carer for the elderly, but that's where I think I did my back in so many years before. I should say it caught up with me later. So I worked in elderly care. But support working and elderly care are so different. Support working, we did loads in the community. As I said, I did train the trainer course and things, and you know, I did a lot in terms of learning behaviours and how people with autism live, and ways to improve their lives and help them to understand things a lot easier and communicate. Communication is the huge thing, because that's usually where they find it very hard to express themselves, and that's usually where we have a lot of issues, because our guys weren't taught that when they were young. So we tried to introduce like boards with pictures so they could communicate what they wanted, and that's harder to learn when they're in their 40s and 50s than it is when they were, you know, young. But when they were young, the help that's around now wasn't available for them then. So now we're living in such a fortunate time where understanding of autism is there, whereas years ago it wasn't seen as anything other than a mental illness, and they were stuck in homes and like mental institutions, and things were a lot different in the older days for them. So I'm so happy with how it's come along for them now. Oh, Tammy, yeah, it is hard, but someone has to do it. I say that all the time. 1084. I think when you work in care, it's definitely something that has its downsides with elderly and end-of-life care. It's hard, but I always think that someone always has to do it. And I know in my heart at that time that I really, really just wanted to help everyone. You know, it was just like, I really want to help them. And I used to love anything to help him. So I don't know, it's one of those things. I did enjoy it. Everyone used to say I could never do that. You know, the amount of times when you used to say, what did you do? And I used to say, oh, you know, I'm a carer or I'm a support worker. People used to say, I can't do that. I don't know how you do that. I used to say, well, it's no different. If I had a son or a daughter or a sister, brother or mum or whoever it might be in care, I'd want someone with a heart who cared. That's how I used to see it. I was like, if I'd want someone who cares for them, to look after them. So that's why what kept me there. I enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, Suzanne. Sometimes the diagnosis section's hard though, isn't it? It's not your fault. And it's good when you get the diagnosis because you know how to move forward. You know, up until that point, it's the system that's failing, not you. Okay, I really like those combinations coming together. Now, this section needs to be a bit darker. So we're going to come over to our Parma Violet in from that darker brown. So just blending out those two together. Let's go into these parts here. And the same was sort of coming along these lines. Let's just make that sort of stand out. All right. Oh, where are you, Maria? Oh, really, Unicorn? Yeah, see, I think that's definitely a system, you know. I think it's so hard to get the initial diagnosis, isn't it? Yeah, but there's no proof of that, Kirsty, is there? There's no proof that they think there could be genetic links, but they've got no proof. It could be something that just happened, you know, without them knowing. I don't think they know exactly. Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to get diagnosis. But you know, more than I say this all the time, you more than anyone know your family. You know them more than anyone. So that's where you're their voice piece, and you're the person that you fight for them. You fight for their right for the diagnosis, because you can easily be told, no, we're not doing anything, we need proof. How do we know? No. Welcome back, Kat. I think there's so many factors, isn't there? I think as well, because they're so stretched, they find, personally, this is just I think they find too many excuses to diagnose people sooner, because they say they're still growing up, etc., etc. But you know in your heart when you need to, you know, get an advocate for them to say, yes, this is something that's going on and you need to listen to me. Thank you, Rochelle. We're going to mix in a little bit more brown after, but we just got to blend this out. It's going to take some time, I think, because the wings are so big. So what I tend to do with you is I'll show you how I'm going to sort of mix them together, and then I'll do a couple of them off screen because they're going to be the same colours, and then we'll do the chariot, the girl, the background, etc. So it's probably going to be a few parts. We might not actually, I'm thinking about it, maybe on Tuesday we'll do a tutorial Tuesday and do this on a Saturday, so it gives me time in the week to catch up. So I think we're going to do like a tutorial Tuesday, and Saturday's going to be our day with the colour alongs. I think we'll do that. or mix it. It all depends. There's no set pattern. The streams, they're just there for the fun. So I think on Tuesday, I've been asked a few times on the fur, and I feel confident enough to do fur now. Whereas before I wasn't. I was like, no. But I think now I'd be so happy to show you. Ah, Sherry, I don't for a second disbelieve the amount that you had to, rings you had to go through, loops you had to go through. That's why I absolutely just bow down to you, lovelies, that have children with needs, because you do so much, and I just wish that the help was there quicker for you, because I know when I've had to advocate so much, it's like a battle. The forms you have to fill in, the books, I'm not going to call them forms, they're books to fill in. Yeah, let's keep it friendly. We're not going to argue about anyone, but it's just saying, you know, in general. But we'll keep it friendly here. But for as much as you can, just make sure that you never give up. Don't allow systems to tell you that. Yeah. But look how amazing they are as well. They've got you guys. As long as they're happy and they're healthy, they've got a good home. I mean, you know, you're doing it all. Okay, let's put in some of the dark cherry. Black cherry, sorry. And let's go to our Parma Violet. And I'm just going to go on the underneath of this a minute. Now, I'm kind of just going to mix in a bit of that ginger root into that bottom bit as well. It's coming up into the grey lavender. So we've got that brown coming up into grey. Just with the black. Okay, if I come away a second, you see how they're all going to work? I think it will work. Now, this part here, I'm just going to come with my white Posca and take out that thick black line. So, just going to come along. I could take the rest out after, but you see it makes a huge difference. Now this part I do need to deepen up a bit, so I'm just going to get my, what am I going to get? My dark brown. I'm going to get my dark brown. But once they're all collectively done, it will work. Okay, so I'm just getting my dark brown into there. Let's go for some in the middle as well. And then I'm going to come to my chocolate. And then I'm just going to also go to my yellowed orange. Okay. Let's add a hint of that into this part as well. And then these parts we're still going to do with the purple, but we're going to have hints of brown into them as well. Okay, so go back to my grey lavender. And this is the Parma Violet, which I'm just going to add a hint of coming into that part. So you got some difference. And then we're going to grab the light brown. And that's the good thing, you can kind of alternate and just add bits here and there where you feel like it needs it. So just look, stand back, which is what I always do. I stand back away, have a good look and see where I would like to add hints of things, and that's generally where I come back in and do it, because there's no set pattern and how you have to do your own work. It's your picture. As Dee Dee says, you're the boss of your colouring book. You can do what you want. Okay, let's add some of this in, and on that side as well. Let's add just a hint of the black cherry coming down the side. And then I'm just going to get my blender pencil instead of going over and over, and I'm just going to put that into that grey lavender, which does it so much quicker. And that is how I'm going to tackle that bit. Just grab a blender, and this part here is still white, and that is because we're going to add some of the brown in to here as well. So let's add a hint at the bottom, and let's get the yellowed orange. These are the Sargent Arts, and let's blend that together into that greyed lavender. So get your greyed lavender, layer it up, and then get your blender pencil and blend it all together. So you've got elements of everything in that. So it just kind of works together. You've got the nice purples. Okay, this bit here, I'm going to go darker this time. So we're going to get our black cherry. So this bit here, you got that, the stem as I called it. Yeah, and then we're going to work the opposite way. So I'm going to add some of the black cherry very lightly into that side from the bottom. This is just indicating where I'm going to have my dark to light. Then I'm going to get my Parma Violet. Hi, Katrina. Oh, if you heard that, that's my stomach. And then greyed lavender. Okay, and on this side as well. Again, like now we can deepen up, so I'm going to go back to my black cherry. Back into Parma Violet. Greyed lavender. And blender pencil, make sure it's nice and clean. And then you can just go over the middle bit. Probably going from light to dark is better. And you can just reapply your stem, as I call it. Just that bit that goes all the way down the middle. Just like that. And if you ever want to darken anything up, you can. You can add elements of pretty much anything in here. So you can add like a just little tiny wisps coming into it. We'll just play around. You can pretty much add whatever you would like. So there is tiny sections on there. Now, the white should be dry by now, so it's quite a thick line. So you might have to go over this twice, which is what I have to do with this one, because it is like a thick. Hey everyone coming on in. I'm so sorry if I can't see individually, but I hope you're all okay and thank you for being here. Okay, and then it's the same with this one. I'm just going to take that out, and if you really want to, you can put the one in the middle as well, so it just adds a little bit of highlight. So between the two of them, I mean, this one here belongs to the same moth and this one here belongs to that moth, so it just goes and alternates between the two, and they're fluffy little bodies. We've got to do little harnesses, but I'm trying to decide on, might do those in a brighter colour. Hold on. Okay, so they will be between oranges, browns and purples. I think with her, she's going to have gold on her for definite, and this will be like a bronzy gold. I want this to be the purples on there, but I think they will work pretty well. Now I'm trying to think with the back ones, do I want to go that tad darker, or do I want to add blue elements into it? I'm trying to decide. What I might do is practice just a little bit on one, and then we'll do the other wing on the next one. We'll have a go. Okay, so with this, we're definitely going to do this in bronze, and have this as that, that's a butterfly and these are moths. It's baffling. Okay, so I think we'll do that with the purples, do this with the copper bronze, and then do the wheels with the gold. Trim her, I think I'll have with a brown skin tone. Let's start that off, guys. Let's go for some of her skin. Okay, let's get the Sargent Arts and let's go for those. Let's grab that one. Okay, let's try her skin tone quickly. And then that will be, because I've been over 2 hours now, which is generally where I start to feel like the back's had enough. So let's just plan out her face. So we're going to go for chocolate. She's going to have a, because I want this all to match. So let's start her skin. So we're going to go for chocolate. Let's go in there on her little nose. Her little lips are here. So she's quite faceless, isn't she? Okay, so let's add the chocolate in. And let's grab our burnt sienna for a minute. The no eyes and no features is quite freaky, so I need to add something in there. So let's make sure she's got something. Take care, Shalene. So let's add that in. Let's go for some here. You've generally got a little bit of shading under there as well, haven't you? So let's bring some of that down. Bring some of that down. Okay, so we'll start this off on a really light base. Now let's go for light brown for a minute, and then we'll just establish where we want things. Let's go for the underneath. This is Sargent Arts mostly on this bit. Now with her cheeks, I do want a hint of like a pink, so, or maybe a henna. Let me just bring in some henna from the, let's just put in where I want some cheeks to go. So this is just henna in the Prismacolors, PC1031. So it's just for my own eyes to see where I'm going with that. Okay, then we need to see where we're going to have our lights. So we're going to get our ginger root. So it's going to go on that part. You're going to have a little bit on there, and then we'll layer up. So it's just to see where we want darks and lights. Remember that. So that's the good thing. You can sort of establish where you want darks, lights, etc. to go, and then you can build up. Okay, then we're going to go to our dark brown, which is going to be our darkest colour. Now we can start to shade. She's got no features. Something's not right. No features is no good. We need to give her some. Kenny, I know you're the same with no features. It's like, what? Where are they? Take care, Tammy. I know. We're going to have to do those. I'm just doing those in one colour though. Or two colours. A lot of butterflies. But I'm more concerned over new features. New features. What's going on? Okay, we're just going to shadow underneath her neck. I get more freaked out by that than anything else. I'm like, what? Where's that gone? Okay, go to my light brown. We've got our highlights in with the golden rod, so we know where our highlights are going to be. But yeah, I'm trying to work it out. Like, where's your eyes, lady? Where's your eyes? Where's your nose? Okay, so we're just going to go around a bit. See, I really want her skin tone to match what's going on with the rest of it as well, with the browns. Oops, sorry, Emily. It was an accident. Okay, so we got some chocolate. And then we're going to go back to our ginger root for a second, just to put in like strong highlights. Okay, that's better. Right, then we're going to go back to chocolate. Back to light brown. Just mixing at the moment. Okay, so let's just add that in. And I'm just really concentrating here. So I'm just adding a hint of that. And then we need our burn. No, we go to our brown. Let's go for our brown. Let's add that in. So our henna's there, so we're going to bring that back at the end, but I know where I've put it so I can see it. Okay, and then we've got our burnt sienna. So that's going to be on the corners here coming down. There is like this darker bit here. Can you see her features? I've just tried to put them in. And then chocolate. We'll blend that in at the top as well. And then let's get our ginger root a second. Let's add that into here. Add a light coating of that. So she's got this nice little skin tone going on. Right, so I'm going to bring the henna back in for a minute, and I'm just going to make sure that she's got some cheeks, but I don't need them too dark. She just needs something there. So you can mix between the light brown and the henna to kind of put that in. Don't forget, it's a tiny little space to work with. Okay, so coming down to her body, I'm just going to base slightly with this light brown for a minute, just to add in where we're going. So underneath is going to be darker. Let's go for chocolate there. Just go in with chocolate for a minute. Same with on the side here. And the same with the underneath. Just establish where you're going to have you know, shadows. And that's the places that you want to go darker with that. Oh, Tonya, it was an accident. It was an accident. Katrina pressed the wrong button. It just automatically deletes the messages. It was just an accident, hun. Okay, it's nothing. No one's done it personally. Accidents happen. It's so easy to touch the screen and press the wrong thing. I've done it before. Okay. Okay, so just establishing that. Okay, dark brown. Yeah, Emily knows, bless her. I hope she's still listening. It's just, it's a complete slip of the finger. It's like touch screen. Sometimes you just press the wrong thing. It's nothing, if you're wondering, it's not because it's done on purpose. Okay, so on the underneath it's the same here, so we're putting in this dark brown. Same on the underneath here, just mixing it in, and we'll blend it out. Okay, so just adding that in where we're going to have the shadows. Right, so I'm going to come back to my light brown quickly. I'm just going to blend out slightly with that. So we're just making sure we've got a nice base there to work with. Go back to my, whoops, my brown, not throwing it around. Now I'm going to put my highlights. So my ginger root is my highlight. My highlights are going to be here, here, there, the thumb and the top of the finger. So just put your highlights in, and ginger root's quite a good one. I know KP does it as well with ginger root. So just establishes where you want your highlights to be. So I'm just going to use ginger root for that. So just put it in where you want your highlights. She's gone off on her TARDIS, I think. Okay, we got our chocolate. Emily's gone off on her TARDIS for a bit. She'll be back. Oh my god, I know, she's fine. Tonya, bless you. Thank you so very much for your super chat. That is very sweet. Emily, you're back. Well, you went off on a TARDIS. No, it was an accident, honey. So sorry. I think it was accidentally pressed without even realising, and yeah, you're back. Well, we can see you again. Thank you so much. That was so sweet. Thank you, Tonya. Okay, I'm just going to put my brown, back to brown. So don't forget you got your highlights there. You can go up to them now because you've put them in. You've stuck them in. It's a small little body, so don't worry too much. So let's put some highlight there with our ginger root, and on this side with the ginger root as well. See, it would be in vain if you did white on white because you wouldn't see it. So you can use the ginger root just to highlight. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon, bless her. She was bashing. She gets her bash on. Okay, and we're going to go back to our light brown. Hiya, chippies. Hello. He's at my legs. Hi. You have to wait a minute, mister. Soon. I'm nearly done. Okay, let's get the light brown based in. Okay, so let's just get that. Hold on, let's stick some more in there. Okay, so this part's going to naturally, I think it's going to be a bit darker, so we've got to bring in dark browns. Let's get that into there as well. to Elvis. Oh my goodness. That's a good one. If you could go back in time to someone that's passed, who, like celebrity wise, who would you go and pick up? Yours obviously going to say Elvis. Elvis would be fun. He was such, I don't know, he had such a presence, didn't he? I'd definitely go see him in concert if I went back in a TARDIS. Oh my gosh, Shannon! Chocolate. I think they're coming out on the weekend, Shannon. Oh my gosh. I'm never going to live that one down now, am I? I didn't mean it. I was trying to say trust and friendship and caring about the people that you're having help you out week in, week out is the biggest thing. That's what I was trying to say, and it come out like, no skills. Okay, dark brown. Need to block in some more shadows. And just going over and over it where you want them to go. It's such a little area as well that it's hard to kind of like really get in there with your colours. Burnt sienna on the outside of that. And then we want our light brown again. This is Sargent Arts. Take care, Shell. Never. Oh my God. Oh dear. And Shannon's like, how very dare you? I'll take the trust and I'll take the caring about us, but how very dare you? Okay, the brown, and then we're nearly there because we're just making sure that we've got our shading right. That's what we're doing. And back to ginger root for highlight. Hold on, we've got to block in some highlight under there. Oh my Shannon, yes, the Wally. Okay, and light brown. Oh my gosh, honestly. If anyone is wondering and wasn't here for the what a Wally is, it's a gherkin. Londoners, old Londoners, fish chips and a Wally. It means fish chips and a gherkin. They don't call it so much anymore, but we still use it. Okay, and then we're going to go back to chocolate and just blend some bits out. So for such a little tiny bit of skin, it is a lot of work, but hopefully she'll really blend in with the rest of it, like really well. Okay, and then ginger root. And let's do that hand a bit better. But I like her skin tone actually. There, you said it. Christine, you're correct. Mine's also, the thing is, and I've said this to all my mods, I always say, I don't want to put you to work. Oh, Angela, thank you, honey. That is so very sweet. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. I've always said I hate giving my mods work. I don't like it. I think they're here like everyone else to enjoy, watch and hang out with their friends. And I've been in streams many times, long time ago, with, you know, one in particular who was always, you know, can my mods do this? Can my mods do that? Can my mods do this? Come on. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute. Come on, give your mods a break. They are there just like everybody else. Brown. I mean, this person doesn't stream anymore, but they always used to give their mods jobs. And I used to not be in agreement with that. And that's no disrespect to, you know, them, but I didn't like that you're barking orders at your moderators when they're there like everyone else and they're your friends. You know, they help you out, but I don't like that constant, you know, the amount of orders that used to be upon them. And then when you didn't turn up for a stream, it was like, where were you? And I was like, hold on a minute. Your mods do have a life, honey. You know, and I even got the back end tail of it as well. Like, where were you? I need my mods there, otherwise I'm going to demod you. And I was like, okay, that is absolutely fine. Demod. And I didn't mod from there anyway. But, and yeah, I didn't like that. And I've always vowed, going between dark brown and light brown, I've always vowed never to be like that with moderators, because they're friends first and foremost and they're there like everybody else. But when they do these things for you, it's like you've got to be so appreciative and thankful, because as a host, your mods help you out like nobody's business, and you've got to be in appreciation for that. So thank you, and I say it all the time, thank you so much for all you do. I really like that. I don't like people giving the constant barking orders. It's like, no, that's just, I'm not in agreement with that. Okay, chocolate. You know, they do help you out, but they are in no way, shape or form there to serve you. They're there like everyone else. So that's my view on that. Okay, I really like that. Yes, love your mods. I really like her skin tone. All right, I do want to put a little bit more pink into her cheek, so I might go for either raspberry. I don't think a pink would be the one, actually. Let me have a look. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Okay. Let me try that one. Or will that one go back? Or they might actually both go. Thank you, Katrina. Oh. Okay, so that's raspberry, and that is carnation. I think the raspberry might go best. Let me try raspberry. Raspberry is my first choice. It needs to stand out. Okay, let's go for, yeah, raspberry. And this is 1030 in prismas. 1030, I think that. And then come to your carnation into the middle, which it will probably be hot pink if you have your prismas only. And that is just to give her a little bit of cheek. She's got a bit of cheek. I like that. Bit of cheek. And then, oops, also on her lip, I'm just going to outline that with raspberry. And then I think the rest of her, because the browns will go with the brown there. I really like her little skin tone. Chica, I've got Sargent Arts and Prismas, and we was more trying to see if they work well together, and they do. So I really like the two together. I think it goes really well. And for the highlights, as I said, I've used, I have used ginger root in that. I'm just going to get my black a second. I'm just going to make sure that that is, we go. That is definitely standing out, and also on the underneath there. Right, okay. So coming back to here, I do want to mix between the lilacs and the browns. I think I'm not going to white those bits out. I think I'm just going to join them up. And then I'll alternate between those browns and those purples. But I think next time that we come back to this page, we'll do the chariot and her hair. Oh, she's going to look good with lilac hair, isn't she? Won't she look good with lilac hair? Let's just try that actually whilst we're here. I'm going to start it off. So we're going to go for deep purple. Let's start it off. I'll write it down then so that we can, when we come back to it. So this is deep purple. Let's get the darks started. Hiya, Patty. I think the purple is going to look really nice with her skin. Okay, so this is the dark, deep purple in the Sargent Arts. Okay, so it's starting it off so we know what we're going to come back to. I really like those two together. Okay, let's try some, what's that colour? Okay, it's similar, isn't it? Let's go for some Parma then. Yeah, Parma Violet. Okay, let's go for some Parma. Thank you. The middle will have a highlight. Now in manga and anime, I don't know if you noticed, but in the hair they've got this big white highlight. Have you noticed before? Hey Isabel, how was your sister's birthday celebrations? Okay, so we're gonna, some parts will be like overlapped and then other parts is gonna have this big white highlight. And let's go for some black cherry for a second and then grey lavender. So you don't need too many colours. Purple hair is going to look better, I think, than any other. So let's go for some black cherry in there as well. So that would be your darkest. Okay, let's go for that. That's going to look better, I think. I like not too many colours going on in terms of the whole palette coming together. And then go for your grey lavender, which is going to be your lightest colour. And then we'll put in a few darker strands. Okay, so we're going to have a nice big highlight in the middle. I'm going to keep some highlight there because in that style we have that big white jagged highlight in there. Okay, if you come back to your darkest colour, just put in some extra little lines like that. And then back to your Parma just to make sure you've got all that definite like difference in the tones. So you've got some lighter tones, some darker tones. If you want to make sure, you can add a couple of black in, but try not to overdo the black. That's just to make sure that you've got a few established darker sections in there like that. But I think in general, if you look from a distance, that will work really, really well. If you did want to take out the white, how I'd say is get your grey lavender and just take some out and leave a little bit. But if you want to take some more out, just get your lightest tone, which is going to be your grey lavender. So remember, go to your darkest first to establish where you want all your strands to be. So your two darks are dark purple, or Dahlia purple would be your next one if you had the prismas. And just block in with strands where you want your highlights and your separation to be. So just start it off, yeah? So if you're going to sit and do this in your own time, with any of these, start it off with your lines, just like that. Did I not follow Love Lou 4000? I'll go and check you out later. Take care, Kirsty. remember I have dinner and stuff and I have to add in the details, and then I'll go and have a look. Okay, so just start blocking in your dark, and then when we come back we can finish it off. Now she's got this like braid, so I'm going to do that a bit darker, so just go around that so you know it's there. I'll show you which diamond painting I'm starting as well in a minute if you want me to show you. Okay, so just add that in dark so you know exactly where your braid going around is, and then as you're coming down your darker long sections, extend. So I'm just going to turn the page a minute. You can extend those lines to longer than what they were obviously on a fringe, or as you call them, bangs, and then again meet them in the middle. So just come a little bit like that and leave that section. I think that goes really, really well. Oh, okay. Sometimes when I see caps, I think it's at me. So sorry. There we go. So I've started blocking in where I'm going to have all her purple hair. That's all going to be purple. So you can just come down, leave a highlight at each part. Just leave your highlights. Okay, let's add some more in, and then as you're coming down, so that's all going to be like there. I'm going to leave a highlight in the middle, so I'm just going to sort of bring that around, leave a highlight about there. So I'm just sort of planning it out before I come in with colour. And then next time we come back, we'll finish the hair off and do the girl and the chariot, and yeah, we'll do all this part here. So we're gonna bring that purple up, and also when you're coming off, you can add little wisps. So you don't have to conform. You can add little sections. Just add them in. Okay. So just round, bring them in, add some in. You can also, if you're coming around here, you can add a few. Just add them in as you go along, wherever you want the direction of the hair to go. So just add enough. I have to come around. Okay. So I'm just going to have this lovely purple hair. Okay, so when I come back, we'll finish off the hair because I've just only started off where I'm going to have highlights and this darker colour. But on Tuesday, I think we're going to do fur. So if you want to be with me on Tuesday, I'll do a tutorial Tuesday. I'll have all the colours and the cards out, and we're going to do cat fur with pastel pencils and Prismacolors. So if you want to come Tuesday, that is our plan. I did have that planned for last week, but yeah, I was meant to do this and a cat fur, but it got really busy last week. So Tuesday we'll do that, and then we'll come back to this on Saturday. If I can fit another one in, I 100% will do. Okay, so I'm just putting, hold on, I'll just go around here where I'm going to come with this. And so I already have a pre-done of the same cat that we're going to be doing, or I've got the one she did earlier. And then we will do a blank one on screen. Okay, so I've put in where I want that dark purple to go. Okay, I'm going to come away a second. There we are. So that is how far we've got so far. So you can see the colour palette is going to be these lovely browns. We will do this one because that's going to be a darker brown, and then they will have a little bit more of purples in that one. So the back here are going to be actually slightly darker, and then these ones are going to be lighter. So lighter brown, lighter purple, darker brown. And then this is going to be this lovely coppery colour. And then we're going to have all these lovely butterflies, and we're going to have blue ones going out of it as well. So that's where we're going to leave off. This is with Sargent Arts and Prismacolors. So we're going to come back to this. We'll come back on Saturday. If you want to join me on Tuesday, we're going to be doing a cat fur tutorial. So we're going to look at Tutorial Tuesday. I hate calling them tutorials because I don't feel like a teacher, but I'm going to try my best to show you how I do it with pastel pencils. So there'll be Carbothello and a pit pen, or a pit pencil one, and a few prismas. So I've already got the pre-done before, and I've got all the cards ready. So we'll do that. Up until this point, I'm going to leave this as it is. We'll come back to the hair and do the hair properly. So we'll finish that off. This is just blocking where I'm going to go. So I've just given myself a guide on where I'm going to have darks. And then I'll finish these two, and then we'll come back to the back two. So there'll be dark brown, dark purple, and then this will all fit in. But on Tuesday, I will do a cat tutorial, cat fur tutorial. If anyone struggles with fur, then hopefully it will help. It definitely helped me. And thank you so much, Angela and Tonya, for your super chat so much. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much, lovelies. I'll see you on Tuesday. If anyone wants to see the diamond painting before I leave, or show you which one I'm doing, or have you seen it? And if anyone wanted to see it, then I don't mind, or I can show it on a video. But up until that's okay. Thank you so much. That's okay. I hope you all have a good weekend. I'll show you in a video then, because I've got a video coming up I'm going to film tomorrow anyway. So I'll show you on there what I'm up to at the moment. Do you want to see it? Okay. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me 1 minute. Because my next one, I don't know if you all see, is this one, and I've kitted it up. So if anyone has not done a diamond painting, just very quickly, you kit them up beforehand. So this is the little sticker that you get, and then you put all your, these are ABs, look at these, look at the extra sparkle on them. I just look at that. Okay, so this is a Sargent Art Supremes Chica. So this is how it gets up. So you got the little stickers that you put on all the boxes, and that's all ready to go. And this is what the canvas is. So this is the Diamond Art Club one, and it is called I Choose You. It is a round with ABs. It's 51 by 71. It's quite big. And let me just quickly show you the canvas. So I'm so excited. I'm like, can't wait. It's the next one I'm digging into. So let me just show you how gorgeous this is. It is huge. I've got to come right up. This is the canvas, and isn't it stunning? So where all the AB goes is, I think they're at the very top here. It's all these sort of around there. So this is the Jasmine and Aladdin. It's called I Choose You. And it goes all the way down, like her dress. It goes down, down, down. But look at all the detailing. I'll bring you right forward to them. This is all the detail of this one. Rochelle, I've got a proper pen, so it's better now. But isn't it stunning? I just love it. And like, even in her bra is going to have AB. So here is going to have some AB. And all this here is going to have it. So it's all the little white bits. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? I love it so much. So yes, this is my next one. And the kit, when you kit it up, is just so amazing. So this will be the next one. It's a huge diamond painting, and I highly recommend, if you're gonna get a diamond art club, choose something that really appeals to you. And this was a gift, this one. It's gorgeous. So I absolutely cannot wait, and that is going to be the next one. So it's an Aladdin and a Jasmine. Yeah, isn't it gorgeous? I love it so much. Yeah, because it's called I Choose You, which is quite fitting, isn't it? So just to show you that, that is the next one that I'll be working on. If in the week I do a little session on it, I might bring the camera out. If you want a Diamond Art Club, it's called. It's at the top. There you go. Look them up. They're amazing. Absolutely incredible. I might do a diamond whip and chat then live. That'll be cute to do. This is just a bead box. You can get a bead box, and there's various ones you can get. Just put diamond paint in storage and you'll find them. They've got different sizes on them. So this is a slightly bigger one. You've got different sizes of each. So for lots of drills, you've got the big, look, 310s you generally get a lot of, which is black. So this is pretty full, as you can tell. And then you have smaller containers. You've got medium-sized containers. So there's lots of different containers in here, but they're brilliant. I just love these things. So it's all kitted. It's all ready to go and ready to start. Yes, I can. I really don't mind at all turning the camera on. So I'll join you in the week with it. I'll join you in the week with it. And we'll have a diamond painting live whip and chat. But until then, my lovelies, I'll see you on Tuesday for a fur tutorial, and that shall be fun. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much again for the super chats. Lots of love, and I'll speak to you very, very, very soon.